Chapter 145. The Possessed Ones. What happens when the possession of Satan takes place? Due to the possession of the devil and the devil's deceit, believers of gods, other than one alone God, start witnessing the existence of gods who are unreal and are other than God, and day by day become firm in their faith in gods other than the one alone God, and start considering their gods as real gods, and start believing that gods other than the real God exist. And that is the point where they totally refute the first commandment of God, practically with the knowledge and experience of their own nature, under the teachings of the devil, to fully become the enemies of God. The same happens with idol worshippers. According to them, their ideas of personification are not false, and their knowledge tells them that they are not wrong, because in their experience, their God appears to them in millions of forms. That is the knowledge and experience which they gain through idol worship. In their experience, they witness God in many forms. But according to the commandments of God, unseen God cannot be seen by the believers. And that is what tells the secret of the appearance of gods behind the idols, and exposes what appears as a deceit. It is the devil and his trait, in fact. The first and the last principle is faith in the major commandments of God, and whatsoever confronts with the major commandments. Knowledge or experience is nothing but an evil element. Whatever the non-believers of the one alone God witness is nothing but the devil, who appears as their gods or holy characters, in all their desired and required forms, talks to them, eats with them, walks with them, leads them, and as a relief, removes all kinds of strains on their nerves mounted by him, when they agree to surrender as his followers, by making gods other than the real God. That is how the devil seems to be a cause of peace, gained by them due to the worship of unreal gods or holy characters. What happens? It is seen that their worldly dreams sometimes come true, to confirm their faith in unreal gods or holy persons. God is God. God pays back their good acts in the form of their desired things as their worldly gain. Such things happen with the anger of God. God pays back their good acts due to the worst sin of making a Savior or a God other than the real, one alone God. God pays them fully in this world against whatever they did in the name of good acts, and includes them in the rivals of God, which in other words means that they will not be paid any good on the day of judgment. Because they refuted the commandments of the one alone God. God will throw them in hell on the day of judgment. Because they are paid their due in this world. And on the day of God, they will receive nothing. And their earning will become a waste. And they will come to know that they were not the blessed people. And that it was the deceit of the devil, which in fact was their faith. And that their gods other than God were devil-made. And whatever they experienced as a joyful life was not a blessing of God. And the acts they performed as good acts were the worst sins. And their way was the way of Satan. And their way was not according to the commandments of God. And the religion revealed by God. Keep in mind. Beware of the disciples of the devil who disagree with the first commandment of God. It is a reminder of the first and the major commandments of God, which will never change, even if the heavens and earth change. Everyone needs God. Everyone needs God for one's needs and requirements. Therefore, those who worship the one alone God only, and seek help from the one alone God only, through worship and obedience, remain prosperous in both the worlds. And those who seek help from gods other than God, such as persons and things, by worshipping them, though sometimes gain whatever they ask for, but lose all, in the end, according to the law of God. Because such askers, or prayer makers, in their prayers, ask help from those who even know not how to help. So the satanic help which they gain becomes an evil, which later on, with the passage of time, becomes evident. And the asker comes to know that the asker is not a blessed one, but is a declared sinner of both the worlds. A worse situation appears when the result of committed evil acts are delayed to appear as a torture. Because meanwhile, sometimes the whole life of the asker becomes a waste. And the asker enters in the process of death. And knows all that, at the last moment of life. And cannot help one's end. Sometimes, the results of the committed evil acts are too vital, and appear to destroy all that was gained through the worship of gods other than God. Thus, those who seek help from gods other than the one alone God sometimes become devils due to their failure. And their failure makes them repulsive. And they cause loss to humanity in all spheres of life. Beware, please. Like all righteous people, we also need the one alone God for help and prosperity.